There we go. Yes.
Yeah.
I found it. That was like a 30-second call. But I
Oh
waited. I
yeah,
was
my bad, man.
patient.
I keep on forgetting to have it on D&D.
Yeah, it's tough. Like some days I'll stop casting and then like 5 hours later I'll be like, oh my god, and then I remember to check Skype and there's like 8 people that have been trying to talk to me and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. Like
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. I'll look down, there'll be like 500 messages. I'm like, oh man, my bad.
yeah, that sucks. But damn, we're into the finals. I watched the last end of that game, just like the Raxine portion. What happened?
God, Geo's so good, man. It was just honestly, it was a great game. Like both sides played really well. Like how good that sorcery team was for just being put together a casual team
Yeah, they were
was
good.
really surprising. Like it was a 12-9 game basically. The problem was they had to forfeit the AM lane. So basically TC got free farm with anti-mage for 30 minutes and the game was over.
Huh.
That's what happened. They just had to abandon the lane. They didn't have anything strong enough to lane against the lane that Complexity had put together for them.
Well, that's anti-mage. Oh god, I forgot to move my XSplit. Whoops. People are gonna be mad about that in chat for the next minute or two. Oh man. Alright, cool. So, anyways, we're into the finals here, guys. This is gonna be Infused versus Complexity. My name's Purge, and I'm here with Charms. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely.
And this is the 64 team bracket, man. This is qualifier number 3. We still have 5 more qualifiers to go, but whoever wins the game here is going to get qualified for the Gosu League, which has a $3,500 prize pool for the first month and a 5K for the second, which is huge considering that's for 8 teams. That's a pretty good chance of winning some good cash.
Oh, man, it's great. Yeah, you can't beat this kind of a tournament. Actually, I mean, you're going to see a lot of good teams signing up for it. As you've seen this time, you saw the names definitely increase. Like you see Complexity in it now, and you see Infused in it again, and it's nice seeing these good teams showing out for it.
Yeah, and even like the other North American team, the one that just lost, Pool Sorcery, some Tangos, they have some really good players. I mean, they had Infinity, and of course, what's his name? Oh my god, I can't. coL. I talk about it all the time whenever I see him, but like, I used to cast him in Dota Cash, like in Dota 1 a year ago, and I was like, damn, this guy is really, really good, and he just stopped playing because he was too good for he was like better than everybody else, and he's like, I don't need to play this anymore. It's not accomplishing a whole lot, so I don't know. They had a good team, but apparently not as good as Complexity. But Complexity has been a team for a couple months, so I'm not surprised.
Well, yeah, exactly. This is a team that's been together for a while. And then you had a team that is basically playing casual. Like I was literally talking to Frankie just yesterday about who he was playing with, and he's saying that they're still forming. So I'm telling you, that's definitely going to be a North American team to keep your eye on, though.
Which one is Frankie? Was that the
Infinity? Yeah, that's Infinity.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I wasn't sure about their first name stuff. And
Yeah, I was talking to him about it.
He used to play in It's Gosu, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah,
And then he wasn't as active, and that's when Painted Gold and Korok moved over from Han. So he kind of just stepped aside, and him and PowerNet faded out, and that's why Korok and Painted Gold kind of moved in. And I think Frankie's kind of getting into it again now, which I love seeing because he's such a good player. He really is.
Yeah, he is really good. All of those guys are always really, really good. So excited to see. New North American teams. That's awesome. Hopefully we'll do a little bit for the scene as well. I'm excited. MLG someday MLG.
I'm telling you.
I'll see how many months it takes, but someday. Hopefully sometime this year. Fingers crossed. But anyways, we can talk about this game, I guess. First round bans, we see Leshrac, Ricky, Darkseer, Invoker, AM, and a Lycan. So no AM this game, which is good because we've seen a lot of AM today. But the first pick was a Nature's Prophet, and then they went Tide Chen, and then a good team fight picks, Enigma Sand King, and finally a Storm Spirit. So that's the first round of picks. And kind of surprised Storm Spirit got snagged already.
I'm not, because he was definitely going to get banned out in the next phase by Infused. I think they would have got rid of that as more of a target ban against Geo, just because it's one of the heroes he's really, really known for playing. It's the hero he played last game and just absolutely dominated with. So I think they were picking up that Storm Spirit really because they wanted that hero and had a feeling that it could get banned out.
So what item build did he go?
Straight treads, null into an orchids, and I think he was going to work his way into a bloodstone next.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, some players really like different builds. G always goes arcane, disassemble into bloodstone, and he grabs other items like every single game. He goes like bloodstone into boots of travel, but that's a slightly different strategy. And I think the treads orchid is a little bit more single target. It's less sustaining, but it has more implications in the short run for sure. So. Interesting. I always like to see how it's always fun to watch pros do slightly different things with different heroes, like skill builds, even item builds and stuff, so that's cool.
Oh yeah, especially how many different ways you can really play Storm Spirit makes them really fun. And that's why, like you were just saying, you can either go single target or you can go the Bloodstone into like a Hex type build, and it's just, as definitely one of those heroes that it's fun to watch how people build them, so you can try it out in different ways.
Yeah, it's always fun to mimic those players, but it's hard to do so for sure. Second round of bans, we see a Beastmaster, Queen of Pain, and a Mirana, so a lot of semi-carries coming out. Radiant Team's still looking for one support, but they're actually going to ban out a Slardar to make sure that that stun is not there. And Morphling is going to be drafted by Infused, and this is like the same lineup they've used previously. They just stomped the crap out of a team. They stomped them really hard, really hard, and Morphling was a component of that, but they just had so many good pushing heroes. And if they pick up, I think, Venomancer here, yeah, if they pick up Venomancer for their last pick, this is the exact same team lineup that they had in the last game where they just stomped.
It looks ridiculously strong, to be honest with you. Like, looking at the heroes they have like pushing potential. They have everything you'd really want in a team. You have a ganking potential, pushing potential. It's basically right down the current meta that we're in right now, which is win a team fight and take advantage of it. You know what I mean? Like, you win a team fight and push instantly.
Yeah. And they're taking a little bit of time to pick here, but this is seriously the same progression. Venomancer coming at the end. If they do it the same way they did last game, they actually put Enigma mid. I believe they put Nature's Prophet top, and then they did a Morphling Venobot and a little bit of roaming from SK. It worked out very nice, but Complexity does have Tidehunter. I guess the other team last game had Tidehunter. The difference is that there is a Storm Spirit, though.
I was going to say, I don't know if I put Storm Spirit up against that Enigma. I don't know if I put Enigma against Storm Spirit mid. That could be a real bad matchup for that Enigma.
Yeah, if he does get in close enough, that's a lot of burst damage disable as well. And even if there's a Gush thrown into that, especially if Storm Spirit just hits 6, they're going to be able to jump in. They actually go for a Lion, not going to grab a Venomancer this game. Trying to change it up a little bit. They want a more disable, because they probably know if they don't grab more hard disable, Storm Spirit's going to get away every gank. Like, all they have is Malefice plus SK stun, and that's not enough.
Yeah, you're 100% right, and I think that's exactly why they didn't go with Venomancer and they went with the Lion instead, because now you get 2 disables out of him. You get the Hex and the Stun. So now your team's gone from having really just 2 disables to now having 4. So you basically doubled your disables with 1 pick. I think that was a really good pick there by Infused.
Yeah, and he recently got buffed as well. His level 1 Hex, I think, stuns for 1.75. Is that right?
Yep.
So it's a lot better early. So even if he's doing like a pull roll, which we sometimes see with Lion, it still works out nicely. And this might actually mean that Lion might go mid, which I would like to see. I don't know if it'll happen.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it is going to be a Lion solo mid.
He's actually very good against Storm, actually. Especially if he can get to 6 first, that's a dead Storm. Storm cannot get away. Stun, Hex, plus an ulti. If he has full mana pool, of course, that's sometimes a hit or miss. But in the last pick from Complexity was a Sven, which is weird. But I have seen them play this hero before. I personally don't value Sven very highly, but I guess they're okay with it. And if he gets a BKB up, he's actually going to be quite dangerous to a couple of those Radiant heroes. So.
Yeah, Sven, really? I haven't really seen him play that much competitively then again.
I see him occasionally, very occasionally.
Yeah, I see him every now and then when they kind of work it into the right lineup. And, so do they lane this? How do you even lane their lanes?
Windrunner bottom, probably Sventide top, I guess. Storm mid.
So they're doing a dual melee top. Huh.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that fact, but I guess so. It's a top lane, so you can kind of get away with having a melee, and it's against a Nature's Prophet, so it's not a huge deal.
Yes, that's true. Whack-a-mama Furion.
He does play good Furion.
I was just going to say, we're in for a treat.
There was a game the other day where he ended up getting like a double kill after a dive or something. It was awesome. I think I was casting that one with Luminous. It was really good. They ended up losing the game, but it was like so awesome. He played it really good. And then he like bought back and tried to do like a TP dust on a Ricky Maru, but he didn't get him. So it was like, it was close, but no cigar.
I think I actually watched that game. I feel like I watched that game. I really do. I don't doubt I did. I watch all your casts. I love listening to me some Purge casts. Like what was it, yesterday? I think you were casting a little later into the... No. Or maybe it was the last GosuLeague one. But, man, I went downstairs and got some cookies and milk and just full screened your cast.
Dude, I wish I could
just sat back, dude. I was so happy.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. #1 fan charms.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
Good to know. 705 fans. Yes, Boba making a joke there. I think he illegally stood in for the Star Series game because he's been playing with EG every single game. And I think what he did is he took someone else's account and played on it. That way it didn't show history of it being Bulba. It was just like, it said true 715 fans.
You talking about true fan? True fan?
Yeah, exactly. See, fan? Right there.
Yeah,
He knows what I mean.
I know. So funny. He's such a troll. Yeah, he trolls. every game. But you know what? I don't even care if he stands in every game. I love watching him play.
Yeah, he's really
good. As weird as that is, like it's kind of like having Indy stand in for random teams. I mean, he's not. I would say he's probably like honestly, Boba's probably one of the top 3 players in the world. Like,
you think it's that high, really?
Yeah. I think it's Dindy, G, Boba.
I would say he's definitely up there. I would say top 10 probably guaranteed. But he is really good. He is really, really good. For sure. He's been impressing me a long time. So we're waiting for someone on Infused to pick their hero, and it is going to be Lion. So Way80 is playing him. Is that I feel like I haven't seen that nick that often. It was even in the last game. He's got a goofy picture. What a handsome looking fellow.
It feels like you would have noticed that picture, right?
Oh, it's Fishbone. Okay. Alright, that's Fishbone. I didn't realize. Yeah, he changed his tag. But it's right there. It's got to be him. So that is what Fishbone looks like in real life, guys. Are you happy now?
Yeah.
We now have
That's what, is that really? Oh,
maybe.
No.
I don't know. But that would be badass. Or you know, it'd be more badass if it was just some random person that they pulled from the internet and that was his profile photo. Just like, what's up, guys? And then they'll make fun of you for having glasses, and you'll be like, it's not even me, bro. Just totally trolled you. You know, it could be something cool like that.
Too funny, yeah. Yeah, you could just went and like Googled dorky dude, and like that was the first thing that popped up, and you like image saved as, and just post it.
I hope that's not. Actually him.
Are we gonna see it again? Are we gonna see it again?
Dude, I was so pumped when they did that last game.
It is. Yeah, round of applause to that.
What is why are they drawing green? Oh, it's a flagpole. That's what they did. Okay, I missed that last time. That is so badass.
Wow.
That is so badass.
That is so sick.
How lucky are they to be like, who thought of that is the first question.
Print screen.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Why ain't Orange getting involved? Oh, he ain't here.
Yeah.
That's probably why he's
Fishbone is finding some new pictures to put on his Steam account, that's why. So, anyways.
I was hoping we'd hear, since we paused, I knew I was going to get into the Boba hate on chat. That's awesome to read.
Yeah, I just looked over. Someone's like, Denny's not top 10. I was like, what?
What?
He's well regarded to be the best non-Chinese player in the world, pretty much. So, at least the best solo mid, for sure. So, anyways, I guess we'll go over players at least. We're just missing Fishbone, so I'll cover complexity. I always start with Radiant, but I'm going to switch it up since there's 5. Geo is going to be playing Storm Spirit. Hannah Montana on the Windrunner. We have TC playing Sven. IX Mike 88 on the Tide. And Fluff is going to be playing Chen.
Yeah, for the Radiant side, we're going to have Mini playing the Enigma. Wagamama playing on the Furion. EGM on the Sand King. Rishan playing on the Morphling. And Way80 on the yet-to-be-picked Lion.
A.K.A. Fishbone. He plays a very good support, actually. He's stood out to me a couple times. I think when I was casting the Issei Hera in-house league, I watched him play a couple games. So I was like, damn, this guy plays a really good support. I love watching really, really good support players. It is so much fun. I really enjoy it. Like Miracle or something.
That's exciting to you?
Yeah, dude, I love really good support heroes. Like when they make a huge play where you're like, oh my god, that was awesome. I don't know, it's like take a really, really smart player and make them, like, let's say, if you like Bulba so much, what if Bulba played support one game? Like,
it's like watching Dindy play Enigma.
You know they do something
Dindy
awesome.
Play Enigma.
Exactly.
Or you get to see like Mania play his Sand King, and he comes in with a huge epicenter blink. You know, you're like, or a huge Echo Slam out of Urshik. I feel you there. Those are some of the most exciting plays, actually.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, they are going to the lanes. Yeah, once again, that is Way80, aka Fishbone, playing the Lion. It looks like we're going to have Wagamama soloing top once again. They really like that Nature's Prophet solo top, apparently. He does like getting a lot of stats like this. No Tangos quite yet. He's probably going to pull the Creep Wave past using his summons. EGM looks like he's going to do a solo mid with a support Lion, especially since Fishbone is playing him. He plays support for them, so will be a support Lion. And bot lane is going to be Enigma, played by Mini, possibly jungling and Morphling, actually, here. This is a weird lane, actually. Very weird. Is Morphling pretty much solo bot? It's against a Windrunner, I guess, so it's not terrible.
I think so. I think Mini's going to kind of hang around on their closer creep spawns. I don't think he's going to, like, venture too far from the farm, if you know, like, bottom lane. So I think he's going to be basically in your 2 spawns. And I think that's all he's going to do. And just kind of control the lane. Use denies on... I would use denies on your actual creeps that are coming down the lane as opposed to using it on, like, the neutrals, I would be going to the line every time to use my conversion if I was the Enigma, just to help out the Morphling as much as possible.
Yeah, that's possible, and that'll reduce the EXP that Windrunner will get, of course, and that could be very important. But Infused as well, or Enigma as well as the line, kind of hanging on the jungle at the moment, waiting for the spawn. I guess he's going to start out small camps, which is very smart to do as Enigma. It's always the easiest one to start off. And a good attempt at block by Sanking. He tried to get the range creep in first, but he actually messed it up just a little bit, so it's just a regular creep wave here.
Yeah, that's something weird to see them do when they try to block to get that first creep in. Because if you can get all the creeps to target that one creep, it's a lot easier to deny it and to just immediately take advantage of that middle lane. Like you're really, really quickly able to pull that middle lane back your way.
I like what Wagamama's doing here with his Treants. He's blocking both possible pull spots for the Radiant team, and this might go on for another 8 seconds. We'll see if it makes it. I think it looks like they are going to survive it and prevent the spawn. I don't know. 3 seconds here. And they do survive it just barely, so stopping 2 extra spawns there, and Treant's now going to do a little bit of harass on Tidehunter. So even though he hasn't gotten any EXP yet, who cares, man? Tidehunter gets no EXP, can't counterward that.
Oh, that's the truth, right? I was just thinking, oh, you can't counterword anything to do with that, and that's the darn truth. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. That was a nice play by Wagamama. I really can't say I've seen that too many times before. Like, that's so smart right there to send your treants to just block random spawns all the time. He's really, and you know what else it does? It kind of cripples that jungling fluff.
That's true. That's 2 less creep camps to pull from, and oftentimes what happens is a hero like Chen would come for a gank on the Nature's Prophet and look for maybe a good creep there at that last camp before he initiates. Maybe he can upgrade from a Satyr, you know, and maybe find like a Centaur or an Ursa or something like that, which can be very useful sometimes early. So you won't be able to do that. We're going to see a pause, so I guess we can check CS totals while we're waiting here. Bot lane is the Windrunner. She's at 0-0 and has a little bit of EXP. Looks like 2 or 3 creep kills tops. Lion is at pretty much nothing. Yeah, he's got nothing at all. Morphling at 8 and 5. And mid lane, we have Sand King at 5 and 1 against a Jao's 8 and 2, which is a slight advantage to Storm Spirit. Top lane, or actually Fluff is actually getting really good farm in the jungle. He's up to 12. He's got more last hits than anybody here. But those are partially neutral, so not exactly as much gold.
Yeah, you get like 5 creep kills for that one little random camp. Like that. You get like 5 creep kills for that. But yeah, you're right. And the thing is, there's two heroes, the Windrunner and the Tidehunter, with absolutely 0 stats. And really only Lion's got that issue right now for the Radiant. I mean, it's not that it's a big deal, because if they're getting any experience, it's fine. But, I mean, it's going to hurt them getting like those core items early, especially for that Windrunner trying to get an early mech if that's what he's choosing to do so. Or maybe they just have the Chin pick it up because he's farming so well.
Yeah, those are all good options. Nature's Prophet blocks the spawns again, using his Treants for that. He's got more clarity potions coming. In the meantime, TC is getting pretty good farm, but you know, it's a Sven. You don't have to worry that much. It's not like an anti-mage or something like that where you know the game is over once he does get farmed. But I'm interested to see what his items end up being. He does still have a lot of regen with his Stout Shield, so might just go for like a Treads Vanguard so that he can be up in the mix, and Lion looking for a stun on Windrunner maybe. But no, just going to throw one hit. Doing a little bit of damage here, and so far Hannah Montana not in the best experience on the bot lane.
Yeah, isn't that so miserable? Like when you're playing a game and they tell you have to play in that lane, because you just know that you're just not going to have fun for the next like 10 to 15 minutes.
That's the best way to describe it. And the toughest part is when you first start doing that for the first time in your life, how much not fun it is. And Hannah Montana's going to go for the TP out, waiting for one stun from Lion. There's the waveform through, and they do know there's the stun, and does pop Windrun, and just now pops the TP a little bit low, but the nice adaptive strike. Regen skills that ability. Did he have that ready to go the whole time? I don't even know, man. But he picks it up. Nice.
I'm trying to figure out what was causing the Windrunner to stand still as it was running there for a second. Was Furion blocking her? Because for a second before Sprout, she was literally like, it looked like she was dashing, standing still.
I'm guessing he was maybe trying to TP and mess it up or something. I don't know, because it seemed like he was in front. And Nature's Prophet, we're going to get a little bit of a chase on Sand King, though. He actually breaks Invis, though, and there's a Gush as well. It's a little bit of damage and a couple more hits, and they do pick him off. He did not want to stand still there, apparently, but does get picked off. So nice gank by Fluff, as well as Tide using his smoke.
Huh.
But yeah,
that's never good.
Yeah, not at all. It's always so tough, though, when you learn that Windrunner bot, like how to solo bot. for the first couple of games, you're always way more aggressive than you should be. You have to play like an absolute sissy when you solo the bot lane. Otherwise, you feed, and then the bot lane, which is usually a carry, gets way more farm than they need to, and that loses you games. So it's very boring at times to play that lane, but if you play it very safe, it's very good for your team.
Yeah, I mean, she's doing the. I mean, Hannah Montana's doing the exact thing you're supposed to do. Like, basically, just wait, hope, and pray that the creeps at some point pass your tower and come down and allow you to get some real XP. And really, right now, he's already up to a level 3. I mean, so he's not that far behind anymore. Nothing like he was. Nothing like he was.
Yeah, when he was still at level 1.5, or not even halfway up level 1, they are going to get Storm Spirit, I think. He's level 5, needs 1 hit on the low ground. Yes, he does grab it, so he ate the wrong tango? I'm not quite sure, but Wagamama TPing again, so uses his TP for good. He's going to go towards the mid lane, spawning up 4 Treants. Fluff's coming through, though. Ursa Warrior on the chase. There's a Gush now, and he does have 2 levels of Test of Faith. Could do a little bit of damage. Nice Ursa clap. Oh, he's going to take 2 tower shots as well, but the stun from Sand King can put Fluff in a little bit of issue, as well as a great Malefice. 2 stuns, and there's a Test of Faith before he goes down. He knew he was not going to make it at that point, and they're going to grab the Ursa. IX Mike needs to back off, though. There's so many creeps here and good blocking thus far. And another stun from EGM, and Tide ends up going down. Another disable on EGM, though, and EGM possibly going to survive, and he's going to make it. Geo isn't 6 yet, goes down.
Oh my god.
Infused just won a huge play. That was obscenely huge. Enigma working that kill out. He might even try to kill his Windrunner. He's got a Soul Ring. He's got the mana.
That was amazing. That's like I was like choking while I was happening. I was laughing so hard. Did you see all the little illusions just doing work right there? Like level 4 demonic conversions just absolutely destroyed that team fight.
Yeah.
Having 6 of those right there was doing so much damage. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, they really do crap loads of damage. Even if you have a Stout Shield up, they're hitting for 47. At max, I think. I don't know what the scale is, of course, but that is so much damage. Some Enigmas generally just go for Malefice first, but this guy chose Demonic Conversion, and it completely paid off there. Did so much physical damage, just kept them within range, and most people don't have boots at this point, so Eidolons are actually very dangerous. And after taking that triple kill mid, they're going to take the bot tower.
And how about having a level 8 Enigma on your side?
Yeah, that also helps out.
That's not too shabby. At 6.5 minutes, that's not too bad. And we get spikes here, by the way. Weird.
In game, or I heard Skype.
Yeah, in game.
Okay, I heard Skype robo out for just a second, but
yeah, I might spam real quick. No problem, no problem.
Yeah, Chen still has no boots up. Jo's gonna be in the jungle for a little bit. He's about to hit 6, but he's already died twice now as a result of not having that level 6, which is a huge loss for him. But we'll pick up a little bit of extra gold here, and there he goes. Finally, is 6. He's gonna have some ball lightning ready to go. IX Mike doing some pulling finally. So apparently, Wagamama has not been able to deny any more farm here. And on the top lane, the important hero for complexity that's been getting free farm is going to be the Sven. He's got a Drum of Endurance coming on the Courier, which will boost up his mana pool nicely, which means he can cast more, and also the movement speed as well as the attack damage will be great when he does actually start fighting people.
Yeah, now we can actually see Geo start playing that aggressive Storm Spirit that he really likes to play. And I don't know what the Dire's doing here with their chicken. They need to be careful. Oh, TC grabbing an item. It always makes me so nervous when I see the Courier coming that far out.
Yeah. Dude, I almost saw one get killed by Noel assassins in the jungle. They just started attacking the Courier and they destroyed it because I think they do piercing damage or something. But it was like it went down to like 20 HP or something. It was crazy. I had no idea what aggroed it, but it was like they wanted that Courier, man.
Yeah, I gonna get that. I made that happen.
Yes, that's exactly what I was trying to describe there. Storm Spirit's gonna pick up a double damage, and Wagamama looking to do the same. Wagamama's actually gonna go for probably a Hand of Midas. He does have the Glove of Haste. Picks up a Bracer first, though. A little bit of interesting choice. Well, pops the ulti to try to slow down top push a little bit. TC picks up. Yeah, TC does pick up the top tower using God's Strength for that one. Plus 93 damage there, which is great. Huge amounts of damage. But in the meantime, Infused is going to take the mid tower. Lion is level 4, so 2 levels of Impale and 2 levels of Hex. Hex lasting for 2.5 seconds, which is pretty strong. But Lion levels are very important, honestly. This is one of the most important support heroes to get farmed, or at least to get leveled in the early game, more so than Crystal Maiden, Venge, all those heroes. If he hits 6 pretty early, you're talking about a large advantage, and all of his disables do scale with levels, so he's actually at full potential when he hits level 9, which is very, very late some games for some support heroes.
Yeah, I think Wagamama was actually not going to go a Hand of Midas. I think it was just all of a sudden, it just started snowballing going well for him. because I think he was just going to go like a bracer into like a medallions, and then it went well for him, and now he's going to be able to buy a really early hand of Midas, so it won't matter now. But I actually don't think it was his early intentions on doing so.
Looks like Fluff is going to scout out the Sand King. Lion here, going to have to run away. He's got Arcane Boots up, Ring of Health on Morphling. He's doing quite good. Aqua as well as Treads. And Ix Mike looking to maybe Gush, but he can always waveform away. Pretty good chance of him escaping this. If he does get in trouble, Geo with the double damage though. So if they can catch somebody, they will be looking good. And he's got an Observer Ward, as well as 2 bottle charges left over.
Nice little ancient stat going on there for the Dire side.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Nice. That's 3. It's a lot of lizards, man.
They got lucky, to be honest with you.
I don't know. They're not going to be able to kill him.
No, they're not going to be able to kill him, but I'd rather have, I don't know, I think I'd rather have 3 groups of lizards and 3 groups of those rock golems.
Oh, they're gonna let Sven pick him up. See if they respawn. Ooh, they messed up their pull. Didn't work out. Sven does have 1 level of 2 levels now, picks up a 2nd level Great Cleave, and he's currently cleaving more than a Battle Fury, which is kind of cool. Something that is a little undervalued in some senses, but it's going to be TP supports from Geo. He's thinking about going in, but this is going to be dangerous. Yeah, they're going in. Stun's going to land on 2. Storm Spirit follows up, going to try to pick off the Enigma as fast as possible, but TC a little goes for Wagamama instead. Maybe they should have focused a little bit, but there's the Black Hole. 6 Eidolons are now up, hitting TC hard, and is his Stout Shield going to be enough? He's going to get set back, but he gets killed in the meantime. And Wagamama trying to TP out now. 13 seconds left for that. Those Eidolons, man. Fluff has got to dodge Eidolons. That's it. And he's going to be trapped. Now there's the waveform and an easy kill from Morphling as well. Nice TP support.
Honestly, I think Infused kind of caught him on the picks here. Like, I think that Sven pick's really weak, to be honest with you. He really can't just do that much. Like that dual melee lane and stuff. Like, I don't know. It just seems like Infused is really strong right now.
Yeah, Morphling has been really consistent as well lately. I've seen a lot of Morphling wins in the last couple of weeks.
He's such a good carry now.
Yeah, well, he always, well, alright.
Always had, yeah.
He did get that 5 agility base damage buff, which is great for early last hitting. His adaptive strike got buffed to 10-second cooldown, but even still, I mean, those are very small buffs. That's like something smart that Ice Frog does. He just encourages you to make the smart decision. He's like, hey, here's the little candy on Morphling. Maybe you guys should try him out again. And then teams try him out again. They say, oh, he got that 5 agility base damage buff. And all of a sudden they start doing really well, and then he sees more resurgence in the metagame. So I think that's the main reason. Just like casual encouragement. And now teams like Infused, Mouse plays them a lot as well. And Morphling has been seeing some good action.
I got a question. You know, when you do the morph, you know, ability gain, has it always given stats? Because I noticed it does now. Has it always given stats?
Well. I'm sorry, I forgot about that.
Okay, okay, because that was kind of a big buff too when you think about it.
Yeah, that is.
Like so he did get 3, like, I'm not gonna say huge buffs, but like you said, definitely 3 things that make you want to play him again. Because the fact that you kind of get +8 stats from that, as well as being able to morph your stats, is pretty nice.
Yeah, I remember they had that in for one point in time, but then Morphling was still played a lot, so then they removed it again, and then they put it back. It's not as good as it used to be. It used to, actually, it's better early, but worse late game. It used to be like 2-4, 2-4-6-8, I think, instead of 3-4-5-6. But that's pretty good, because that means that Morphlings are going to be willing to grab Morph early game over stats, because some Morphlings who do that, they just go like waveform stats, because it's like, why would I get Morph when I could just boost out my HP anyways, you know, and my damage. So I think this was a nice adjustment to the hero.
Oh, I agree 100%, and I like when he does that to bring back characters that were losing their play.
Yeah, definitely. It makes it a lot more fun to watch. TC does have his treads up on the top lane now. His cleave is at 2-3, and they still have not stacked the Thunder Lizards past 3 stacks. He might get ganked here. He's going to pop the... he's going to use Warcry to get out of there. I mean, hypothetically, maybe Complexity came up with something, right? I mean, if we think about why Anti-Mage is so good, it's because he can jungle like crazy, right? Once he gets the Battle Fury, his farm rates go ridiculous. And Sven doesn't even need to get a Battle Fury to do that. He just really needs a little bit of damage, plus attack speed, and Great Cleave goes up to, like, you know, 4 levels. That's 60% cleave damage. That's more than Anti-Mage does any day. And he's actually going to buy a Blade of Alacrity this game. Sanjin Yasha, maybe, I'm going to guess. But
Manta, no. I guess you could say Manta is good on any hero, but I think it would be more so Sanjin Yasha.
He's getting a Nagnum Scepter, even though it doesn't work with...
yeah, right?
That's what he's doing, for sure. They're going to be looking for a hero, though. EGM playing it very safe. Mid tower has a little bit of HP up. Complexity has some good positioning at the moment. Tidehunter does have Ravage as well. So, and they're thinking about going to the low ground. The smoke is about to run out. They may just dive it, but I don't think they know where EGM is at. Oh, he's going to show himself, and here comes the dive. They're going to go in now. And, yep, there they go. He does go through. Oh, the stuns up to the high ground. Whoa, huge play from EGM. The ball does not go far enough, and EGM's going to get out of there. Other team fights at other locations, though. Shackle on creeps. Infused is going to stun on the Tidehunter. Wagamama kind of in a weird position here. He is pretty okay. They're going to back out, I guess. EGM, as well as the rest of Infused, coming for the gank, but they're going to shoot some power shots through. And, wow, I'm surprised nothing happened there. Just a tower.
I can't believe he just lived right there. What an uphill stun.
That was really good. That was a really good reaction time from SK. He was like, Sandstorm, stun uphill, book it. I'm gone. That was really close, though. Did they even have detection? They did have dust on Tidehunter. Maybe if he would have dusted in time, Sven could just thrown up the stun. It would have gotten him no matter what, but didn't work out like that, so they didn't get the kill, but at least they did get a tower, and that's worth it. And they didn't lose any heroes, so not a huge loss there.
Oh, no, and especially when you're down. When you're down and you don't have to lose anything to pick up a tower, and, you know, tower gold, then that's always a huge, huge thing for your team.
And he is going for a Yasha, picks up the Boots of Elven Skin, so we'll see if he gets any kind of lifesteal, but with the drone up, that gives you 18 damage. It's a pretty good early item. Treads as well, giving you another 8 on top of that. So it's actually like, really, that's one cool thing about strength heroes, especially strength carries, is that it's easy to just buy strength items because it boosts your HP as well as the damage you do. And obviously they peak off a lot harder than agility heroes. Agility heroes just keep going up, but I don't know, we'll see how this works out. Maybe his farm will be really nice once he picks up those Ancients. There's still only 3 stacks there, and he hasn't even gone for it yet, but he may actually pick those up now. Yeah, it looks like he might. He's thinking about it. Might ulti it. Yep.
Yeah, you're right, though. Being able to get health and damage, like being a strength hero, is really, really nice. It really is. Like, the fact that you can boost up your HP and your damage by just buying strength items, that's not bad at all.
And he does clear out the neutrals. Gets about, that was pretty good gold. About 1,200 or so. And they're going to respawn as well. He might even get a couple hits in before his ulti runs out, but just uses the ulti, 80-second cooldown, clears the Ancients really easily. That's way earlier than an anti-mage could ever do that. Unless anti-mage had like an obscenely fast battle fury.
So I can't wait to see if it's gonna be the Sage and Yasha. I'm like keep on clicking on this Sven. Yeah, it's gotta be, right?
I feel like it has to be. The fact that he already has the Yasha. If he got a Sanj first, I would be like, is it Heaven's Halberd or Sanj and Yasha? But it looks like Fluff might actually get ganked here. He's got a Dark Troll Warlord, though, so he can disable the Epicenter if it comes through. Waiting for the rest of the Radiant team to come, and it is going to be with the rest of the heroes. There's the first stun coming through. He's not going to Epicenter this one. Not really needed, but Fluff in a lot of trouble. And Wegam with TP's in. And if Fluff gets dropped, that's a tough loss. I hate getting killed by invisible heroes who know you're there.
And then losing all your creeps afterwards.
Oh, God.
It's like adding insult to injury.
Yeah, that's going to be a really big upset right there. And in the meantime, Infused is going to take the tower, if possible. Chen not in the fight, so we'll be doing some good damage to the tower. And the rest of Complexity is actually going to go opposite directions. They're going to jump on somebody here. It's going to be Morphling. He's completely out of mana, actually, and TC's going to be hitting him quite hard. Does have a stun up in 1 second, and there is. Needs a couple more hits. 2, 3, yes, and they get him Tidehunter with the Gale, or the Gush, sorry. He's going to snake that one, but it's worth it. They need to kill that enemy hard carry, and lots of damage they're able to do so.
Yeah, yeah, it's worth it. Okay, I mean, I was kind of looking at the gold loss, so yeah, it was overall pretty worth it. So he's not going to go. I'm looking at the Morphlix item. Is he not going Lincolns? Like, why did he buy a Yasha and a Perseverance? Is he going to go the Manta and then Lincolns, or no Lincolns at all? Or
he did this last game as well. He got the Perseverance and then he got the Yasha. Pretty much the same item build. Maybe he had a wand before, but he was they were more ahead last game than they were this game. Not that they're doing bad this game at all. 75k advantages. Or 7.5k advantage is huge, but I think he went Lincoln's at this point, and then he got a Sanj and Yasha, is what he did.
Okay, a Sanj and Yasha?
Yep, he just skipped the Manta, but they were stupidly far ahead, and it worked out. It was like a Rasta and a couple other squishy heroes, so he just auto attacked them and they died, kind of a thing. So in that case, I think the Sanj and Yasha was worth it. I don't necessarily think he'll do it this time. Manta obviously very good for dodging stuns and things like that, and creating confusion, of course, but.
I mean, if you're that far ahead, why go Sanj and Yasha? Get an Ethereal Blade and go have some fun. Go shotgun somebody.
That's true, but he already had a Manta, or a Yasha, so he just went for it. Anyways, so the rest of the Radiant team, Lion is now level 8, so he's almost at full potential. Still 0.75 seconds missing from Hex, but Enigma with a Blink Dagger. He's going for treads after the mech. I like this build, actually. There was a shift away from Blink Daggers on Enigma where they would start just getting like drums and mechs and things. But now I've been seeing, or at least what Mini has done so far today, is he goes for fast mech soul ring and a wand, and then he gets blink, and then afterwards he gets treads. Like a usual Enigma would be like, I want to get as much HP as possible, and then I'll get the blink. But Wagamama on the bot lane might go down. TC using his ulti effectively there. Big damage. I mean, look at his damage. It's like 120 plus 175. That's crazy.
Yeah, you're talking about hitting for almost 300 a swing, bro. That's huge damage when you think about it. And then you're cleaving 60% of that.
Mike's gonna pop his ulti up, only catching 2 heroes though. Might have to be careful, and he does get sprouted. I think he's a little too overly aggressive here. And the Malefice will do the damage. A couple more auto attacks and he goes down. So a little too far of an aggression there. That was like a miscommunication or something. I noticed that TC booked it. He stunned Enigma. Looked like he might want to fight him, but then immediately ran because he knew that the rest of Infused was coming, which is correct. But then the TP came from Tide, and he could have maybe just walked away from that. But he popped his ulti a little preemptively. I feel like he maybe should have saved that there.
Yeah, I don't feel like he should have used it when he used it there, just to catch those two heroes. Like, what was it, a Lion and an Enigma?
I think he caught, yeah, like 2 heroes like that, something.
I mean, it's really not even that worth it, to be honest with you. It's not like those 2 heroes, other than maybe the Enigma, were going to push any harder. Like, the Lion's not going to do that much. They could have backed up a bit and waited and used that Ravage a little more defensively there.
We might see Windrunner get picked off with a Finger of Death. It's going to, oh, barely does go down. But jumping on Way as well. Stormster trying to get it. There's the Black Hole. Going to only catch IX Mike, so not a big loss. TC does ult here, but trapped in trees. And any second here, he's actually going to not go in. Stormster wants it, but he's going to get sent back. Is he going to survive in time? But no, too much damage. A little bit too slow. His HP not high enough. Tide drops as well. And this is looking really good for Infused. I think they're going to take out Complexity here.
Yeah, Infused is too strong right now. They've been playing great over the last few weeks. And I think hero picks alone, I'm not going to say it was one of hero picks. You never say that with 2 teams this good. But, like, their hero picks were really, really good. They knew what they wanted to do. Like you said, it's kind of a strategy they just used last game. And it just, they're executing it to perfection. And they're doing a great job. At 20 minutes, we're taking down a tier 3 tower and Rax. So they got to be doing something right.
We see a couple chain nukes on Sand King, so he's going to have to be forced to go back. TC's going aggressive. I'm not really sure why Fluff sent him back there. I was maybe assuming that he would be more into that chase than he was, but Tide's still 30 seconds left on his Ravage, and there's the TP back. TC looking for a stun in 2 seconds. Great epicenter. Goes on Windrunner. Still no mech coming out. Heal from Fluff at least, but Test of Faith picks off the Sand King. Fluff is trying to survive this one. Vlad's is not going to do enough, and he does get picked off. TC changing targets now. IX Mike, 19 seconds left on the Ravage, and they get the kill, but a nice double stun from Line, and TC eating the Malefice is likely to go down as well.
Yeah, I got a feeling we're going to see that GG popped here pretty soon. It seems like Infused is just pulling away every team fight. The gold's going to the right heroes now too. You're getting Morphlings with double kills, killing towers. So like, just the gold advantage is going to be so ridiculous when it upgrades. Like when that gold chart updates, oh, through the roof. At just 22 minutes, it's through the roof.
Yeah, and what did you expect to see Complexity to get more or less stomped here? I mean, it's not necessarily a stomp, but like,
it's a stomp.
All right,
it's maybe yeah. Yeah, I can't. They really lost every lane. I don't know.
Did they lose?
There was really nothing they did well.
Well, they lost Storm.
In this game.
All right, that triple kill from Enigma changed things so much. Like losing the Chen plus the Storm and the Tide there right in the mid lane under a tier 1 tower, like that was insane. That was such a good play. Those Eidolons. That's like one of those situations where you barely die, and then that direct like extremely impacts the game by so much. Just like a little bit. They might have killed Enigma early. They stayed a little bit too long, and he gets a triple kill. And that's like a very small marginal advantage that gets to stupid levels. And all of a sudden, like they just get to carry that fast mech, and then lots of pushing and more ganking. And that was really tough for them to play against. But I mean, it's not over yet. Still 23 minutes in. They took the melee racks and the tower, and then backed out. Range barracks still up, but it's not looking good.
Yeah. At your point, it was a 3,000 gold difference at 11 minutes when that Enigma triple kill occurred. Since then, it has gone up 12,000 gold advantage from then. So it just tells you how big of a shift that was. The game was moderately close. And then since that happened, over the next 11 minutes, basically over the next half of the game, it is just like, ever since it's just shot through the roof. It gave so much gold and so much experience to everyone on Infused in that team fight.
Yeah, the Morphling does have his Lincoln Sphere up now, so he's going to be able to stop those Sven stuns. He's pretty reliable, very unlikely to die. The Sanjin Yasha is actually going to be a BKB recipe, so we went Yasha into BKB this game. Interesting. They do have a lot of really good disables. Ooh, Morphling actually wants to go aggressive here. Fluff in position though. Nature's Prophet TPs and he's got a sheep already. I can't believe it. And TC's gonna get sent back. Is it gonna be in time? Pops the mech. Ooh, that was close. That was a really good heal from Fluff. But Fluff is gonna pay for it now. Does get caught by Enigma in another waveform, and they're gonna get shut down. So Infused looking strong, man. Taking out those heroes. Good send back by Fluff, and Jo might get caught as well. Gets stunned by EGM in the Finger of Death.
Wow.
Whoa. I love this line pick. This really worked out good in their favor. I love the shift that they did. Going for a line over Venomancer, and they're gonna take the Rage Barracks mid now.
Yeah, that was huge right there. What a great blink stun by EGM. How awesome has EGM played this game?
Really
like,
good.
how good has this Sand King been?
He's been playing really, really good. Bot tower now is going to take some damage. Ike's Mike in position. He does have a Ravage level 9 on him. Full wand charge as well. And a little bit of Gale. A little bit of Replicant as well being used. Windrunner still has not been able to use her mech all game. Great Shackle on Wei. Yeah, the power shot will land at least. But this is going to be a double Rax at 25 minutes. Not good. There's the Lincoln Sphere going away. TC looking for an opportunity. He's thinking about it. Ike's Mike does get hexed a little bit. And still looking for a Ravage. Epicenter goes and does a lot of damage. And that's going to almost kill all of Complexity by itself. A great mech as well as a heal. But the Black Hole is going to catch 4 heroes. Regen is going back in. Hannah Montana is going to drop. TC is going to drop. Tide is going to drop. And Complexity's Geo also going down. That's 5 for nothing. And good game is called, man. It's over already. I can't believe it.
Wow, it wasn't even like a good game from Fluff. It was a good game, period. You know, people do that when they're just extremely annoyed. You know, it's just like, good game. And just disconnect. Like, he's furious. He can't believe what just happened, and neither can I. I can't believe Complexity just got blown out of this game.
Yeah, Infused.
I mean, do you think the servers have anything to do with it? Like, I'm not saying it's that big of a deal, but like, do you think like maybe them not being used to playing on Euro servers all the time, playing against a European team on a Euro server? I mean, they're all US West, so all of them are looking at least 300 ping, and you know, Infused is probably playing on 70.
Is it really that high?
Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
Absolutely. Like when I mean, you don't spike. Like I'm sure they're not lagging. It's just the delay. It maybe not being used to it could hurt a bit. But you know, no excuses. Infused played outstanding. I just think that maybe Complexity's not all that used to having to play on a European server, because I know most tournaments just go ahead and split the difference and say US West, Europe play on US East. You know, so everyone's around 150 dead even. This one's kind of a 300 versus 70. But like I said, no excuses. Outstanding play by Mini on that Enigma, by EGM, by everyone on Infused in that game.
Yeah, that was really well done. And I saw in the game lobby at the start, I believe Complexity joined. Infused had basically been waiting in the lobby with me since the previous game, and they asked, like, can we switch it to US East since we have 4 US West, and the game just immediately started. So I don't know if they saw the message or started, or maybe that's why they were annoyed, but either way, yeah, Infused played really well and definitely deserved the win. So they're qualified for the Gosu League. That's number 3. Awesome stuff.
Wow. Yeah.
Alright, so thanks for casting, Charms. I appreciate it. That's pretty much it for us today, guys. Where can they find you on the interwebs?
Yo, go ahead and check me out here on Twitch, or follow me here on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/GGNetCharms. Check me out on Facebook, facebook.com/GGCharmsLive, and on YouTube, youtube.com/GGCharmsLive. Thanks a lot for having me, bro. Take it easy, man. I'll talk to you later, all right, man?
That sounds great. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. It's more fun to co-cast, so.
Yeah, always, brother. See ya.
Alright, see ya. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. That's going to be it for the day, and yeah, that's it. If you want to see more from me, youtube.com/PurgeGamers, and Facebook, Twitter, same extension. And we'll be back on Wednesday coming up with the next Gosu League. I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I'm actually going to take a day off. Can't believe it. Major US holiday. So that's it. All right. Thanks again for watching, guys. And I'll see you guys probably on Monday, streaming some more Star Series. All right. See you later. Bye.